was fine.
Yeah, I don't insult people. Lovely, thanks very much. I appreciate that. So there you are. You can see today is an important day in the calendar of the European Union. And why is it important? Because they have this annual speech by Jean-Claude Juncker, the effective president of the Commission. And why is it important? Because the Commission is the one that sets out the laws and rules across the whole of Europe. And you can see them lining up here with politician after politician, listening to what Jean-Claude Juncker said. But as I repeat, listening to that speech, I'm ever more convinced that it was the right decision for Britain to leave the European Union. Because in there today, you saw a political class terrified of the impact and positive impact that Brexit could have on Britain. They try to hide it by saying we'll regret it. They'll try to hide it by trying to insult us by saying there's only 27 in Europe now. But what is clear is that Europe now wants to have a sovereign nation state, the United States of Europe. Juncker put it out there. He wants a finance minister that can step into other countries and control their budgets when things get tough. Imagine that. The ECB or the Commission, with its new finance minister coming over to the United Kingdom and saying, we don't like your policies on austerity, as they call it. It might support some or not. It might don't like your policies on interest rates or taxation, because we feel it's not fitting the European ideal. There is also the idea of a new Minister for Labour that will control wages across the whole of Europe. Or the one that frightens me, the idea of a new European Union internal security police force, ostensibly to try and track down terrorists. But who are the terrorists? Are you the terrorist now because you have an alternative view to Europe? And then finally, in the reduction of democracy, the concept that you can remove eventually nation-state political parties by this pan-European party, a political party that has to be in every country, and that they will get more funding to do it so that they can report to the new president of Europe, the equivalent of the United States president. If this doesn't frighten you, it doesn't frighten the people of Europe who believe in democracy and freedom, then what will? Because what would that new president do? Well, you heard it there. You saw very clearly the insults towards Hungary and Poland, the veiled threats that you're not living to our ideals, the way that he insulted Erdogan in another country, the way that he also said to those countries that have the euro, it is your duty to come and join the euro and remove your national currency. Another dig at those nations that don't follow their line. It is clear that Europe is now moving towards, as quickly as possible, that nation state. The question is, do we support it, or do we support those who believe in the nation state and the freedom that has given to them and their countries? Well, I think you'll see massive changes happening here in the European Union. I think you'll see the peoples of Europe waking up to what Juncker has said. But will it be too late for them? I pray to God that it isn't. But certainly, whilst we're around, I think our focus should be to ensure that we have the free trade arrangements to make sure our country is safe, and then do what we did in the past. When those Europeans start crying out that they want someone to help them, as their countries or nations are being surrounded by oligarchs or bureaucrats who are controlling them rather than the love of freedom, then we'll be there to give them that helping hand once again.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.